Hello everybody and welcome back. What? I know what it is. Alright. Today, we're doing something special. As you can see, we're doing Despair Time bonus episode. Episode 1, History of Hopespeak. I have no clue what to expect. Apparently, there were some bonus content after Chapter 1 that I didn't check out. One for Xander, one for Min. A music video for Min, and a video with free time events. Big thanks to the friendly Mr. Policeman for letting me know, because I had no clue. I had already recorded the first episode of Chapter 2. I'm probably going to post this before that, though. So when you see the other video, if I'm saying stuff that I've already talked about here, or if I'm not, I guess you get it. If you think I said something weird in that episode, it's because it's in the past, and this is the present. So this was after that episode. I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I am not sure if I'm gonna watch everything. I mean, I'm gonna watch the bonus episodes, clearly. I'm gonna watch the music video as well. I hope they don't, copyright claim me or strike me. But I don't know if I'm gonna watch, or I guess react to the free time events, because I was told that they are not canon. So I might just watch them on my own. I might just leave them for now, and if I feel nostalgic, I might just come back and do them as a video. I'll see. I feel like I don't want to do this as a video, because if it is not in a canon, maybe it's not that big of a deal if I don't watch it on video. We'll see. But let's start with the first episode, and the episode of today's video, which is A History of Hopespeak. I'm assuming it's going to be Min, because this feels like a Min thing. Right? Hopespeak. This video contains spoilers to Chapter 1 of danganronpa Despair Time. Watch with caution. Yeah, as we know. I shouldn't have read this. We already knew everything. Alright, Despair Time. Let's go. Let's see what we got. It's going to be fully voice acted. Whoa.
Hey.
It is.
Hey. Are you seriously zoning out again?
I like the
Come on,
the
pay
UI
attention.
here.
Eyes on me. Jeez. And you're the one who asked me to help you study for this test.
A named classmate of you.
Sorry. I was just distracted.
Alright, so we have
looking at the sky.
okay, so these are flashbacks
It's really pretty.
of the characters, or I guess the deceased, before the killing game. Alright. The people told me that this guy gave me lore about the characters in the universe. And I do love me some lore, so let's go. Alright.
Pretty.
I think that's fully
Stop
voiced, though.
wasting my time. I'm not here to watch you look at clouds all day. Sorry,
Curious who voices this character.
I'll pay attention.
I mean, I don't think they will be, Ellie. Okay. I feel like I know this name. Oh, they have translators? I didn't know that. Okay.
You're not taking this seriously yet. How about I quiz you?
Mid's voice is
Quiz?
pretty quiet.
Now?
I realize now.
But I'm not ready. That's okay. Simply
that's
trying
just
to recall information
the
will
VA's
help you
mic,
learn
though.
this topic better. Try your best, okay? Then I can help you with
Alright,
the
so we
topics
have,
you need to work more on. Besides, the test topic is the history of Hopespeak Academy. You can't be completely ignorant.
Alright, so yeah, that's how we're gonna learn about the lore about the universe through Min's testing here. My question is this not in Hopespeak? Is this not Hopespeak, or is this in Hopespeak and she's talking to another Ultimate? And in which case, who is this Ultimate? And also, I have been spoiled a little bit, I feel like. I mean, I haven't really spoiled because I have seen this character. I saw the character that we saw them in, or her, I don't know the gender. We saw this character in at the start of episode 6. The one that looked like Xander, but like female. And then they released like that anniversary MV, and in the thumbnail is Teriko and that girl again. So, I don't know what the deal is, but is she the one talking here? Like, is this like a secret character that exists in the class, and they are responsible for this? I kind of like the idea of Teriko being the mastermind, I'm not gonna lie. But I just wanted to talk about this because I did see the thumbnail. I was like, okay, so this character has to be important. So either she appears in Chapter 2, or I have no clue why they put her in the thumbnail with Teriko.
Lyndon's smart.
So are they
I
in...
wish I was like you.
I'm assuming...
Question 1. How did Hope's Peak
Alright,
get
so this
introduced
is
to the
giving us the
US?
lore we need to know about what happens between the canon Danganronpa 1 and I guess this on Danganronpa 1, the canon universe of Danganronpa and this. My question here is, are they already in Hope's Peak? Are they in the new Hope's Peak? I can't really understand what it says there. Striving or not striving. I don't know what it says there. Break is what I'm assuming it says next week. I don't know. Spring break next week. That's what it says. Okay. Striving. Where did I see the V there? I don't know. Alright, so spring break next week. Yay. That's what it says in the background. Okay. Alright, so let's see.
Well,
I'm still curious. Is this during Hope's Peak?
Hey, put your textbook away.
To
Don't
study.
cheat. Just think, okay? Take your time.
Seeing her eye is kind of weird to me.
The original Hope's Peak always had international acclaim, right? Since they would take foreign students every once in a while, people outside
Yes,
of Japan
I
did
think we knew
well
this.
with
Yeah,
us.
we had some international students.
But it wasn't super big internationally until after the tragedy.
Wait, so this is after?
Correct.
Wait, so the tragedy is something that... Wait. Huh. Alright, now we are learning important lore. How much have we been recording? 6 minutes. My god. That was a long intro. Okay, so... Obviously, it's been a long time since I played the canon games, so... Be patient. But, if I'm remembering correctly, the tragedy happens afterwards. The school closes down. I think we saw that in the anime. And shit goes wild. And then we have the R2, which is in the process of trying to, like, fix things. And the anime... So this takes place after Danganronpa 3. Is what you're telling me. Like, the issue with Junko and all that shit, all that weird crap is gone. And now we are in a more peaceful universe?
Judy,
It was bad. A lot of people died. And everything got
Who does
super
Ellie
messed up
voice? I feel like I
or
know
something.
this name.
getting colder.
There were a lot
The
of
bears,
bears
true.
for some reason.
Can you tell me how this relates to Hope's
Did we ever
Peak
find out why
Academy?
Junko
right.
made Monokuma?
Hope's Peak. Yeah.
Like Monokuma,
totally
the bear.
forgot.
Did you seriously forget what you're studying for that quickly?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Here's the thing. Alright, here's the
Let's
thing.
see.
I paused at the wrong time. She has 2 mouths. I didn't say this at the intro for whatever reason. When looking, or when thinking about recording this, I was expecting to see more of Min, like lore about Min. Because I'm still confused. People are saying Min is their favorite character. I've seen a lot of people saying that, oh, bro, I love Min. And I'm sitting there like, how? Like, yes, after the end of chapter 1, I'm gonna put her higher in the tier list for sure, but I'm not gonna say that I love Min. I'm gonna say that, oh, she's my favorite character. She's better than some characters for sure, but she's like maybe in the middle of the pack. So I was like, oh, are we gonna get more stuff about Min here?
When it was over, Japan
But it doesn't seem
rebuilt
like we're gonna
Hope's
get
Peak
that. We're gonna get
Academy.
more lore.
The Ultimates, back then called
Oh yeah, that's true.
Super Students,
That was the title.
graduated from that new school, helped to rebuild
Okay,
the
we're
world
learning like the
exactly
Makoto
as it
stuff.
was before the
Makoto,
tragedy happened.
Kyoko.
As
Byakuya.
everyone had hoped, the world had
Alright.
ultimately changed so little that it was like we could
I forget,
forget the
didn't they
tragedy
like
ever
reckon
happened.
everything and they said that the Danganronpa 2 cast ended up surviving? Isn't that something that they did in the anime?
Keep going.
Oh, am I on the right
Spoilers, I
track?
guess.
Those graduates
Kinda lame.
of Hope's Peak helped
I don't know.
rebuild destroyed cities, restore society, and instill a sense of hope back into the world.
Alright, so far these are
Because
things that
of
we
that,
kind of already
The entire
knew or could
world
guess.
admired them. Those young people who were the best of their talents were saviors to everyone. So, the U.S. thought Hope's Peak Academy was
You know what I think?
cool and,
Like, oh
well,
man, Hope's
that
Peak was
way
such a
they
great experience. We had like Junko show up and destroy the world. Let's make it again, but American. You know, we won't have a Junko this time around. We'll be Americans here. We're gonna have no issues this
have
time.
Ultimates too. And it's not totally the same as the one in Japan.
No
But at
issues
its
there.
core, it's an academy
Nothing
to
wrong with
foster
it.
young people who are the
This was
best
just
of
a,
the best
you
in
know,
their fields. Although,
miscalculation.
I guess that's where the similarities end. The U.S. Hope Speak Academy takes in college-age students, and there's 2 of them.
Wait, what?
And we have this really weird curriculum, and there's a bunch of other
Hold on.
things.
Alright, wait, so the US takes college age students. Were the other guys not, like, adults too? Weren't they all 18? In danganronpa, the canon ones? I thought they were. Alright, so I guess they're just kind of telling us that, okay, everyone in the cast is essentially an adult, pretty much. Which makes the most sense. I never understood why they'll be like, yeah, this is the academy, okay. Super school high level, I was like, what? Super high school level? Like, what? I thought you were past, like, that. I thought you guys were, like, adults now. I like how they're actually just saying that, yeah, these are older people. Even though some look like kids, I guess, but they're older people. And I guess there's 2 Hope Speak Academies in the US. That makes sense. It's a pretty big country compared to Japan.
That's it. That's all I remember.
Really?
Yes.
She was disappointed, like,
Yes?
man, that's all you know?
We have not studied enough.
Ugh. The test is too soon. There's no way I'll have enough time. I'm totally going to fail.
Is Ellie doing any voices in,
okay.
like, Brave?
Do you remember?
Trying to
that
remember
saying
where I've
that
heard
goes,
her from.
Study smarter, not harder.
Eh?
I'm stuck on
How
that
do I
part.
study
I'm like,
smarter?
I know this name, don't I?
First of all, you need to remember years. Test writers love to ask you for dates.
Man, I
It's a
hate
common
dates.
question to trip up students who didn't study. Remember that we're East Class 27, so that means that Hope's Peak is how many years old?
27.
27 years, right?
Correct. That means that Hope's Peak was founded in this
Man,
country
why are
in
you...
20...
Fuck, man. You couldn't give us a date so we know where this takes place. Whatever.
Enter a question that asks you to write an essay. Just talk about how prestigious and incredible it is to be an ultimate in
Alright.
the best academy in the world. Butter your proctors up, if you know what I mean. I'll leave that right up.
Okay.
You're so...
Boring.
so...
Hard-headed? Well, it's what I do.
so cool!
Cool?
She looks around confusedly. What? Why are you looking for me? I'm obviously talking to you. Who are you looking for? What did I read there? What?
Yeah,
What?
you're
Huh? What did I read there? Alright, never mind.
so cool. You know exactly how to take
Bro,
tests
here's the
most
thing.
efficient way
Here's the thing.
possible.
I get that. Alright, yes. Yes. Fair enough. If they're in Hope Speak, they're taking more tests. An ultimate student makes sense. But after that, she's useless, though. Like, how many tests is she gonna take? Like, how many tests is she gonna take after that? Like, wow, how? Are you gonna be a student your whole life? Are you just gonna keep studying, going to different universities until you're like 80? Come on, man. I wouldn't say, oh wow, it's
Isn't that
cool.
You really are a super incredible ultimate student.
Yeah. That's
Alright,
all
I'm
good
happy
for,
that we see that she
I
doesn't like
suppose.
this either.
Nothing but a student.
Alright, this I appreciate, because before that, when Xander was talking about it, it was like, well, ultimate student is really important, actually. Like, well, no, it's not important, bro, shut up. She sounds down even though I praise her. I'm happy that we see that she actually is not very happy about that.
Focus on the most is
Is there something on your mind? I can't ignore the somber way you sounded right now.
Okay, so we will learn lore about men.
It's okay if you tell me.
sorry.
You
I
stupid.
didn't want to offend you, but I
Oh
feel
my
like I
god, she's
wasted
saying
my
this.
time doing this.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have bothered you to help me study.
No, I mean, the both of us are wasting our time. Look what our classmates are doing now. They're ultimates too. They're all doing things relevant to their career, if not actually out working. Once they graduate, they'll be more than ready to get a job in their respective fields.
Yep.
And what are we doing? We're preparing you for some stupid high school level history
Yep.
tests that neither of us will remember in a month. Does it actually matter what year Hope's Peak Academy was founded? How is that information going to help
Alright.
any of us in the future?
Min.
She's scratching out of it. But it is understandable. You know what? I fuck with that. Yeah, it's true. Like, what's the point? There's no point in this. There's like the school systems, like I guess education systems, are so stupid sometimes. You learn all this stuff, but you don't actually learn them because you just forget about it. It's stupid. I'm gonna rant right for a second there. So when my brother was in high school, right? He graduated 2016, I think, right? Yeah, around that time. When he was in high school, and the last year, and even the years before that, they had a lot of classes. A lot of them which were kind of, I guess, random. Like, because the way the Greek school goes, you go to high school, and the second year you have to pick, like, I guess, a direction or a, like, path or an expertise. I don't know what you call that. There's, like, 4. I guess there were 3 when he was a student there. For us now, it's 4, or for my time and the future kids. So which one is about, like, the humanitarian ones, right? With psychology and, like, history and, like, literature and all that stuff. The other one is more, like, practical, where we have math, chemistry, science, right? There's a health one, which is mostly, like, biology and, like, the doctor/pharmaceutical, like, classes. Or, like, schools afterwards, like, you know, colleges, universities, what you're gonna call them. And then we had the economics one, where it's like with the IT and economics and math as well. And you and based on what you choose, you have extra classes on the second or third year, and then from there you can go to specific universities, or you can apply to specific universities based on what you write in the final exams. Now, when my brother was a student there in high school, they had a lot of classes which were irrelevant to what you chose on their second year. They had philosophy. They had politics class or something like that. They had the history of art. They had various classes, a lot of stuff, which, you know, they might seem boring to someone that is used to just being like me in here and just studying for like specific stuff. But in like hindsight, these are actually pretty useful things to learn. Like when I went to the third year of high school in 2019, 2020, due to the government switching from like the left to the right, essentially, they wanted to like kind of that was around the switch, right? Yeah, they changed the education system for like the next 2 years, which was the year that I was in, and the next one. And they made it so horrible. Like, you can imagine we had only the basic classes that you need for the final exams. And then you had, like, English, like, gym, and, like, religion education or something like that. And everything else was, like, for me, it was math, science, literature, like a language or whatever it is, and chemistry. And it was just all of these, day after day, like, hours every day from this thing. And because of the way the education system works in Greece, you actually need extra, tutoring after school. So you'd have another 3 to 4 hours of, again, chemistry, math, and all that stuff. And I graduated high school, and I feel like I forgot everything that I learned these 2 years. And the worst part is, I didn't actually learn anything else either. Like, we didn't have history. We didn't have, I don't know, like we had like Latin. I had Latin. We didn't have like politics, sociology, which was a class for the humanitarian ones. We didn't have biology. We didn't have. I feel like important class like economics was just a class. It was like class for only one or like amount of people in the school. And I feel like a lot of these things should be essential. Like at the very least, if you're gonna have us do weird stuff like that, let us study something that will actually teach us things moving forward. Like, I'm not gonna care about some specific math equation that I'm not gonna use in everyday life from like in 10 years from now. I get Min's frustration, and I'm happy that she's actually is frustrated about that, because the way that the schools work is just, learn this from memory so you can just repeat it, but you won't actually learn it, just repeating it for a while until you forget it.
I'm sorry.
And then you get out, you're like, okay, I don't know what to do here. I fuck with that,
I've been doing with my life. In this country, being an ultimate means more than going to Hope's Peak Academy. It's a high mark of prestige that you keep after graduation.
Yeah. And her profession is being a student. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
The world has ever seen. but I've got no career path laid out for me. I can't help but compare myself to all my classmates who have real ultimate talents. And
Okay, so now why are you saying that? But you were defending your title in the start. Because I'm pretty sure Xantra said what kind of ultimate is ultimate student, and she was like, well, it's really important actually. I was like, no, it's not.
Hang on. Real ultimate talent? You're the ultimate student. I mean,
I'd rather be
you're
like a
not the
student.
Student who was picked by lottery. Ultimate student is absolutely
Deadass,
your
I
talent.
would be happier if I was the ultimate like a student. I'm not even kidding. Because I'd be like, yeah, I've just got lucky and here I am. Now I can actually do stuff. Like, ultimate student is like worse. Because you're just stuck in being an academic. And not even in a good way. You're not even gonna studying for a specific subject. You're just studying. That's all you can do. Study for tests.
no, it's not. Seeing as you aren't very knowledgeable about Hope's Peak, you probably
Oh,
don't
was she
know
like
how I got
the
my
ultimate
talent,
nerd? She
right?
wrote like the
There's a
best
difference
exams in
between me
school.
and
Like,
every other ultimate.
Huh?
Tell me, what makes someone an ultimate?
I guess
How are
we're gonna
ultimates
find that out,
chosen by
'cause-
Hope's Peak Academy.
alright.
The
Lore.
Academy's talent scouting branch finds distinguished high schoolers
Am I
who have
recording?
incredible potential and some talent.
Alright, I'm recording. Okay,
right?
good.
That's exactly
Very quiet though,
right.
why?
That's why I'm not a real ultimate.
Did I not raise it?
After
I think I did.
all, I was never scouted by the Academy.
I don't quite
Wait, whoa, I
understand.
actually missed something.
Then how are you here?
Never scouted by the Academy.
Yeah, that's
That's
we need
Potential
that.
and some talent.
Yeah.
Right?
That's exactly right. That's why
Wait,
I'm
so she
not a
wasn't
real
scouted.
ultimate. After all, I was never scouted by the Academy.
I
She just
don't
wrote
quite
good like
understand.
exams.
Then how are you here?
What do you think a student does to be enrolled into a school? I took a test,
Ah.
and I passed. 13 years ago, Hope's Peak Academy announced the ultimate contest for eminent students. I suppose for someone like you who doesn't care much about Hope's Peak and who, no offense, would never be eligible for the contest with such
Like,
average
well, you kind of
grades,
suck.
it's plausible that you wouldn't have heard of it. At the time, the Academy declared that 12 years later, when I would be 17, anyone enrolled in high school at the time who met certain requirements would be eligible to take a test. It was a single comprehensive test that covered all kinds of subjects, to be taken across the nation simultaneously by eligible high schoolers, and there was only one chance to take it. Whoever got the highest score on this test nationwide would be awarded
Yeah,
the
that's
talent
ass.
of ultimate student, and you'd be able to enroll in the Academy.
I would turn down. I'll be like, yeah, no, thank you.
I don't quite remember because I was very young, but my family used to be quite poor. Poor enough that the ultimate contest was nothing more than a blip in the back of my parents' minds. But one day, we were visited by the founder of that big company,
Yeah.
Tech.
I guess you kind
He
of
told
helped
my
there.
parents that he would sponsor
Okay, that's
and
good.
pay
You
for all
help
our
your family, right?
expenses. All he asked in return was that in 12 years, I would pass the Academy's test and become the ultimate student. And so I did. That's the story of how I got my talent as the ultimate student.
What?
You may not do very well in school, but you're quite
Yeah, and
sharp.
Gareth like the supporting
by the
character
comment
from the
face,
start.
You're already
She's like, I'm not
starting to
really here
speculate
doing
something
stuff. You guys are the
wrong
real
with the story,
ultimates.
right?
I could feel something building up in my throat. I had already put together the piece of what Min had been implying this whole time. Yeah.
That's...
Min knows that what I'm going to say. I can see that look of expectation in her eyes. If I ask her about that part of your story, I might get an answer that I don't want to hear. That part? Wait, what? Did I miss something? What do you mean, that part? That's exactly why I have to ask.
Min.
Yeah, answer, bro.
Why would Hope's Peak announce this contest 12 years before it would actually take place, when all the would-be contestants are just children?
Because they wanted the contest to hang over the heads of kids like me for 12 years, from childhood all the way into high school. They wanted to single out those who were obsessive enough to spend their entire lives preparing for this one test from childhood. I don't know why that man would sponsor some random child, nor why it would be me of all people, and I never had the time nor space to figure out the answer to that question. Failure was not something.
Oh wait,
I
actually, I
considered,
just realized. I
because
thought
if I failed,
when she said someone sponsored them, it was from the Hope Speak. But no, they just sponsor her to study. And when okay, so there must be some ulterior motive to this.
then there would be no future for me or my family.
Yeah, it's kind of a
I'd
weird
simply
thing. It's like,
accepted
oh
for
yeah,
my
I'll
whole life
just
that
I'll
I would
sponsor
be
you
the
to like
ultimate
study.
student, and I lived
I'll pay
my
for
life
everything for your
accordingly.
family.
That's why the Academy
Why,
chose
though?
me. To tell the truth, I doubt I was even the top scorer on that test. I'm sure I did amazingly well, but it seems highly unlikely that I was #1 in the nation in terms of raw scores. I was selected as the ultimate student not because of my academic performance, nor my intelligence, but because I had grown into their ideal of an ultimate student.
What do you mean?
Because of this contest.
Yeah, she was just studying.
Because I wanted to win. I'd let my entire life revolve around that one test.
Man, 12 years?
Achievement, studying.
For 12 years you were studying for an exam? And when you pass, congratulations, you have to study more now. What? Nah, that's crazy. How can she be so happy about this? I feel like I would be pissed. I don't know, actually. I'm kind of a sheep, I feel like. I feel like I would just kind of go along with it. I'm like, that's what it is.
Being the top performer in my
Man,
class.
they gotta make me like Min. Fuck these guys. What is happening here? In the start, I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the episode 1 of chapter 2, they also show another character enough for me to start liking them too. Which one I didn't like in the previous chapter. Man, what is happening here?
And that is exactly what they wanted to see.
Yeah, that's horrible
The
though.
ultimate contest for eminent students was made for a very specific target audience. Those children who had no
That is
talents,
horrible.
who would consider spending their
But you know what the
entire
horrible... Okay,
lives
here's the thing.
preparing for one
I feel like
single
everyone has a
test or even
talent. Not everyone's gonna figure it out and find it. One of the things I don't like about the universe here and the games is the whole use of the word talent. And the fandom, I feel like one thing I don't like about the fandom as well is that they tend to be like, oh, look at this, so talented, stuff like that. Like, I see it often with, like, when talking about, like, voice actors or the artists and all that stuff. And I feel like the game itself has kind of used this word so much that it has kind of lost value. Because I feel like a lot of the people have put a lot that work and do amazingly well. Sure, they were talented. They might have been talented. But I feel like a lot of them have worked really hard. So it's more of a skill that can be amplified by talent if they are talented. What I was trying to say here before I send this like mini rant here is that Min could potentially, a lot of these children like Min could potentially have actual talents that could turn them into ultimates in the future, but because they just never discovered them, they were focused on just studying. So, like, for example, if Min was like, she could be the ultimate swimmer, for example. She would be so good at swimming, like insanely good. But if she never tried swimming, she wouldn't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you prepare yourself, if you don't do anything except from one specific part for 12 years, you won't know if you're leaning towards other things. I feel like she could be the ultimate teacher as well if she is that good of a student. She could just teach people how to study, and she could be good in that part. But I can see her frustration. Damn it, bro! You gotta make me like Min. I can't believe this.
Chance to become an ultimate. Maybe someone like you who never cared about Hope's Peak wouldn't understand. But it's
Yeah, I guess the
everyone
ultimates are
else's
just kind of like,
dream
well,
to
I'm
be an ultimate.
really good at this.
Being an ultimate
Now I'm
means
rich.
knowing that you're
Haha. That was like, yeah, man, I'm working my like 9 to 5. Working out here late. Try to make living here. Yeah.
more extraordinary and gifted than anyone else, and knowing that the entire nation
Here's the
trusts you
thing.
to build their
Min
future.
could do something good with
In the
this
end,
if she did survive, she could do something good with her talent. I feel like if she just turned into like teaching, she would have done a lot of good.
The Academy wanted wasn't to select the most intelligent student nor the best test taker, but to conduct an experiment to see if someone would force themselves to become the idea of an ultimate for the Academy's sake and succeed.
I see. That's how you got your talent. I am ashamed that I'm only now learning something.
This was a good episode.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly why my talent of ultimate student is useless. It
I
only
mean, it's
exists
useless because once you're
Hope's
no
Peak
longer a
Academy
student, you
wants
don't have a
talent.
talent.
If Hope's Peak never existed, then all my classmates would still have their talents. They would still be athletes and musicians and doctors. But for me, if Hope's Peak never existed and I never took that test, then I would just be another.
I mean, here's the thing.
Nobody.
No.
Before the unnamed classmate has her argument, if Hope's Peak never existed, you wouldn't necessarily be timeless. Like, you could actually have discovered that you are good on something else. You could have been a doctor. You could have been an athlete. You don't know. You could be an artist. A baker. She had some pretty good cookies in the chapter 1.
Huh?
You're not nobody. Even if I pretend that you're not an ultimate, and that we're not both students in Hope's Peak Academy, you're still somebody to me.
You're only saying that to make me feel better.
Ultimates aren't everything. As if I'm only friends with you because
That's also
of
true.
your talent. There's more to you than that. We aren't just a collection of walking
I feel like a lot of people that are very successful and popular, like, people are not gonna be yes, a lot of people will be like friends with them because of that status, but I feel like the people that will actually treat them as friends and think of them as friends and value them as friends and care for them as friends are the people that will look at you as a person and your values and your traits, and will respect that, and they will like that, and they'll be like, yes, I don't care about the other stuff, I like you because of you and who you are. And I feel like that's like the best thing. But the truth is, a lot of people in like the popular and like the higher societies tend to be towards that more status part. So I can see why men would think that,
be proud of, but all those small things that make us
since they're
human.
essentially celebrities, right?
All those little quirks about you that you never noticed, or don't think that anyone has noticed, they're what make you so special to me. You're somebody who likes wearing sweaters with oversized sleeves.
Will we find out
You
whose
feel cozier that
student
way.
this is?
You're somebody who loves collecting insects. You don't care if other girls think it's gross. You're somebody who buys fish-shaped pastries and saves the chocolate-filled ones for me.
And there's like
Because
Japanese
you know
stuff,
that
I
those
think.
are my
Right?
favorite. You're somebody to me, Min. So what if you felt you wasted your life trying to become an ultimate?
She did waste her life, bro. She
Only
didn't. She
18.
didn't
You have
feel
so much of your
like she wasted. She did waste her life. She could have been an ultimate hero with some other
life
talent.
ahead of you.
The truth be
Haven't
told,
wasted anything.
that is something else to think. I take it as a message. Damn, I'm spouting wisdom right now. Whatever happens in life, however bad it is, I feel like, because there's a lot of things that have happened in my life, I feel like I've been pretty lucky with a lot of things. I feel like I've been unlucky with some other things. I've experienced some bad stuff, a lot of good stuff, some bad stuff, some setbacks. And all the time I feel like, oh man, if only this didn't happen, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I am the way I am because of all the things that happened. Because of the experience that happened. Good or bad, everyone here has experienced different things, and they are the way they are because of these experiences. So Min here, feeling bad about herself, about her talent, or lack thereof, and wishing that perhaps she didn't have this, or she would be different. Thing is, if she hadn't wasted her life, 12 years to studying and all that stuff, she could have been a whole different person. And maybe will be a lot worse as a person. So, you never know. You never know. There's no point actually thinking of what ifs,
For all
I
that
guess.
you've done, even if you're not.
Just look at what you can do to change it.
Okay?
I was thinking of saying something embarrassing, but you never
Okay.
laugh at me, so I'm not
Let's
afraid
hear
to
it.
say something that embarrassing in front of you.
Okay, there we
I
go.
think-
If she says she wants to be
I think
teacher,
I have
we're
an
on the same
idea of what I
wavelength.
want to do when I graduate. I think I want to help people
Okay,
somehow.
what, it's like a
the same way that
therapist?
you're helping me. If I could make others feel the way you make me feel, then maybe I could be happy with myself, and I could forget all about my talent.
There we go.
Maybe I'll become a teacher.
There we go.
I'm not the best at teaching, and
I want to be a
always
teacher too,
am,
at some point.
but I want to try.
There we go. I respect that. Man, what the fuck? Here's the thing. The power of screen time. You give a character 15 minutes? Just pure screen time? The character has to be really ass. People do not like them. I'm glad I could reach out to you, Min. One day you'll definitely help someone else out like you helped me. I still don't like the way the trial won, though. But I appreciate Min more as a character.
Okay,
I will
that's
say
enough
that.
break. Back to studying.
So soon?
You know what else is soon?
Damn.
Your test on Wednesday. So then, next question.
Wait,
Name all 13 associated universities and give the state they're located in.
What the
wait!
fuck?
I'm not ready! Ah.
And that's it. We're done. Oh, there we go. They have the... I didn't even need to go look in the end. I still feel like I have heard Ellie somewhere else. Is Ellie the voice actress? Or I guess VA. Shouldn't give genders here. Is Evie... What the fuck? Ellie. I'm so tired. Is Ellie the VA of... Like, what's her name? Uncle? Is it Uncle? The brave DR girl? The redhead? With the two different eyes. I feel like it, right? It's been a long time since I checked the VA trailer for that one. But I feel like I have... The voice was familiar and the name was familiar, so I feel like I have seen them somewhere else. But that will be all for today. I don't have much to say about this because I feel like I talked a lot about this during the episode. I feel like I was rambling on for a while. So, honestly, pretty good. We got a good amount of lore. They weren't lying. They had a lot of lore here. And yeah, I will say it. I can see why people like Min. I don't think she's my favorite still. But definitely after this episode, I respect her more as a character. I still don't vibe with the whole trial thing that happened there. Right? I don't think it made much sense. But I respect it. I see it. I see it and I respect it. But that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, do take care. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.